We are back now with the latest on the war in Ukraine after a tough few days for President Zelensky's counteroffensive. NBC News foreign correspondent Raf Sanchez is in Ukraine and joins us now with the very latest. Hey, Raf, good morning. So tell us here about some of these significant gains that Ukrainians have made over the past several days, and then just kind of tell us how successful this counteroffensive has been so far.
Yeah, Savannah, good morning. In just the last couple of hours, Ukraine confirming its first battlefield gains in what's been a week of intensive fighting. The Ukrainians are saying that they liberated a small village near the Zaporizhzhia power plant, which we've all been so concerned about over the last couple of months. The blue and yellow flag going up over that village once again. But Savannah, we should be clear. This is a small village. It is not a major city. And this is a reminder that the progress here is slow. The Ukrainians are attacking heavily fortified positions. They are not taking ground as quickly as they would like to. Big picture, in terms of the overall success of this counteroffensive, it is really too early to say. We are a couple of weeks in to a campaign that both the Ukrainians and the Russians expect is going to be a long and bloody fight.
Absolutely, and that the Ukrainians ramped up for quite a long time. Also, Raf, I understand that strategy is changing here a little bit, using long-range weapons on the side of the Ukrainians. How effective has that strategy proven to be?
Yes, over the weekend, we saw the Ukrainians carrying out these long-range strikes. They were targeting largely Russian ammunition depots deep behind enemy lines, some of them in the direction towards Crimea. We saw some pretty spectacular explosions that you could just see from miles and miles around. The Ukrainian Air Force was really pleased with these results. We don't know for sure, but they may have been carried out with these British-made long-range Storm Shadow missiles. Ultimately, this causes a lot of confusion behind Russian lines. It mixes things up for Russian forces. But this counteroffensive is going to succeed or it's going to fail based on Ukraine's ability to get in close, to clear territory, and then to hold it. So this cannot be won with long-range weapons alone, Savannah.
Yeah. Finally, also, Raf, I do want to quickly ask you before we go. So over the weekend, we heard GOP presidential candidate Mike Pence say quite a bit. One of those things was going after his former boss, Donald Trump, over his position on this war. What did we hear?
Yeah, this was really striking. We are starting to see Ukraine emerging as a real dividing line in the Republican primary, and it's one of the areas where Mike Pence feels comfortable confronting his former boss. Take a listen to what he had to say about Trump's positions on Ukraine.
We did peace through strength. Now, my former running mate, seeing war raging in Eastern Europe, is signaling an ambiguous message, not even able to say who he would prefer to see win the war in Ukraine. Well, I think the United States needs to stand by the courageous fighters in Ukraine, give them the resources more quickly than Joe Biden has.
Now, Savannah, what you hear there is Mike Pence outlining a kind of traditional Reaganite conservative approach to foreign policy, which is very different from Donald Trump's more kind of transactional ideas. And as Pence said, Trump has not really made clear whether he feels strongly that either Ukraine or Russia should win this war. Savannah.
All right, Raf Sanchez, stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.